A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel, the Twin Flame Union. In this channeling session, we are going to speak about the divine masculines blocking the divine feminine and how fair or unfair is it and why does the DM do it? Because every single DM and DF relationship, most of them have spoken about it. Also because we live in this world of telephony and messengers and social media and this and that. Communication is very different. So because of this communication pattern, a person thinks, okay, I can block this person. I don't want to talk to this person. I don't want to deal with this person. So I'm going to block this person. Okay. Now, even you must have blocked some people in your life. If you are listening to this, you are a divine feminine or a divine masculine. If you are a DM, the runner person who has been blocking the DF, because what this channeling is talking about is the masculine also regrets doing this. In some cases, they delete the number. In some cases, they block the person. Now, even in my readings, I have met people who have the DM energy and they probably blocked their DF. They did not know they are DM or DF. They did not know if they're in the twin flame journey. They got to know it only when they felt that they lost that person. And this feeling of losing that person forever is when the feminine gets up to do inner work. And this is the pattern, guys. This is the pattern. That when one is fed up of the other, in whichever way you want to say it, you might get triggered with the word fed up. Oh, so the DM got fed up from me. Oh, was the DM so nice? Was the DM so good? He did this to me. He did that to me. How can he be the one to get fed up from me? Why does he get to block me? You know, it's a trigger issue for some feminines. But, and in this channeling session, I'm only talking about this type of twin flame dynamic. Because in the other twin flame dynamics, which is married twin flames or committed twin flames or twin flames in contact, twin flames who were earlier blocked from each other, but now they are back in contact and now they don't want to stay blocked. So why am I explaining this energy is because I'm speaking and I communicate with all types of twin flames. Even the twin flames where one person has deceased, okay, and the other feels bad about the fact that while this person was alive, I did not do so many things for them. I was angry, I was upset, I was not doing my bit, or I blocked them. I didn't want to see them. I didn't want to meet them. And now they're gone forever. Now what do I do? So there's a very, very deep amount of regret they feel. Okay. So all types of twin flame relationships or all types of twin flame work has somewhere or the other similar intensity. But I understand even if there is life and death situation, then also you can ascend. Okay. Because eventually we are also all going to die. We have very limited time on planet Earth. All of us have limited time on planet Earth and we should not forget this. On a daily basis, we should remember this. That we have limited time on Earth. So what are we here to do? We are here to ascend and we are here to upgrade and we are here to become our best version. We are here to leave everything behind that does not suit us or belong to our energy or our aura, does not make us happy. And to know that, you need to be aware. So this is where the whole thing is. If you are an aware person, you would be very much aware of your emotions, what to keep, what is godly and what is not godly. Anyway, so now, important thing, the channeling or the energy of this channeling. So this is for those people who have been in no contact for a good number of time and they are really upset. Number of time as in could be months, it could be weeks. For some people, even those few weeks are very heavy. Because the intensity of their relationship was such, or the commitment pattern they had made was such. For example, the twin flame couple was engaged to each other and they had a very intimate engagement, which had other family members or which had other relatives were told about it. The information was sent across everywhere, or they had even if it was not a fancy affair, but they had, it could be fancy, it could be non-fancy also, but the engagement involved other people of the family. Okay, and then they had this fallout, and then they had this separation, and then they had all of these experiences, and after that one person blocked the other. So the one who got blocked by the other feels really bad about this situation. Like, why did this person block me? Oh my God. Now this is one example. Okay. Second example could be they were having an intense relationship. Okay. They were dating each other, or they were in on and off situation. Maybe not. But they were dating each other, and there was a love. They had confessed love to each other. Okay, that I love you, I belong to you. And I don't mean this is a love confession which is a flirtatious one or a time pass love confession. You know when somebody really means it. You know it, and they know it too. They could have even waited for a good number of time to confess their love to you. After maybe going through a runner-chaser dynamic for a long time, or not confiding in each other, playing too many mind games, not being sure of each other. After some time, they finally accepted that yes, we love each other. Okay. Normally, this is seen in online relationships, or relationships which start online, which go on for a good number of time, where they're just talking to each other, just messaging each other, making video phone calls, being there for each other, and fighting even during that situation. They could be living in the same cities also, but they don't have that much trust, or they're not ready to commit to a person, they're not ready to meet, or they're not sure about this person, even though they have very deep feelings for this person, but they want to take their own sweet time. And after doing all of this effort and hard work and runner chaser and fights, and then coming back, they finally say they meet each other in person. And when they meet each other in person, they feel that they love each other so much. There is nothing to complain. There is nothing to fight about. Whatever perceptions they had for each other, negative, positive, they don't matter. They just want to be with each other. But still, they fight with each other, and it becomes too much to handle. And one of the person, which is divine masculine in this case, walks out on divine feminine and blocks her. Okay. Second situation. I don't know who all fits in which scenario, but I'm just broadly talking about these scenarios. And you guys, if you can relate to it, great. If you don't relate to it, then also you can, if it has happened to you, that's what I mean. You might not be relating with the situation which I'm mentioning. Your situation could be slightly different. But yes, you got blocked by them, and they don't want to talk to you. Okay, so they don't want to talk to you, and it's like very toxic from that perspective. And you're also done with them. You also feel that I can't deal with this anymore, and because you tried to call them, contact them, it didn't work out. And in some cases, what they do is that they don't block each other totally. They'll block each other in some places, like they'll either block each other on WhatsApp, but they are still there on Facebook, or they will block each other on Facebook, WhatsApp, and the DM would even delete the number and would throw it away and would be like, I don't want to see this person's face, blah blah blah. Then you have another situation where these two people were living together. They were very close to each other at one time, and once again something big happened. Maybe it was a cheating scandal. Normally in the twin flame journey, this cheating rarely happens. So if cheating is happening, then it normally happens when they are not together. Say they are in runner chaser dynamic, they broke up with each other, they are not talking to each other. In the meantime, when they're not with each other, they met some other people and they dated those people. And if the masculine is going to do it, definitely feminine will also meet someone. And then, they came back again after realizing that, no, I don't want to be with someone else. If the DM is cheating on you while you're together, then most of the times it turns out to be a false twin flame, because this is a very deep rooted mental conditioning and it cannot go away so easily. So the template needs healing. So all of this that's happening between the feminine and the masculine. Now let's understand why this happens. Okay, they block each other for whatever XYZ reason. Okay, the situation may match or may not match individually. And yes, I would like to say this over here that every case is different. Okay. In the beginning only I mentioned some scenarios. Okay, that's the reason why I mentioned those scenarios. For private sessions, personal readings, guidance on dream interpretation, counseling and therapies, please go through the description box first, and once you're sure, you can write to me at thesunamoon@gmail.com. You can use the PayPal link given in the description box to book the reading, and you can then email to me that I have booked the reading, and I will share the next step with you over there on email, and then we'll do the reading. When it comes to twin flame intuitive readings, I prefer not knowing anything about your journey from you before the reading, so that we can get the best and the most accurate solutions. A reader should technically not know anything about the journey. Only then they can give the most unbiased solutions. In case of therapies, you have to share with me different facets of your life, because with that information we can heal the wounded inner child, which then leads to a 5D union. Without the 5D union, 3D union is not possible. You can get my book In the Name of Love, which has 5 channel twin flame stories based on the journey of finding your ultimate soulmate. These stories are 5 different types of twin flame relationships, and they are extremely uplifting. The energy of the story is such that they can make you feel very positive, very motivated to continue on your path, and also be able to think positively that things can change, life can be this way, even though I have gone through so much pain. You can connect with me on Instagram at the Sunamoon Goddess, and you can also subscribe to the Sunamoon Vlogs to get interesting content that supports ascension lifestyle. Like recently I shared about ascension food. Now a lot of people don't know that there are certain food items that you can just drink like tea, or you can just eat, and it can uplift you greatly, and it can heal you so much. It can heal your gut so much, because in our journey, in the twin flame journey, the key element is our gut. Most people think that brain and heart are the most important organs of your body, but that is not true. Our gut is the most important part of our body. This is the reason why the reptilian extraterrestrials, they have programmed human beings to eat all of the nonsense food, all of the bad food, all of the unhealthy food, because all of this goes into your gut and it makes your gut unclean and bloated. And this gut of yours is connected to your third eye, which means your intuition. So they block your intuition because of the food you put into your system. So it's very important to know about what are the things you should eat, and that can also cleanse your gut on a daily basis. Simply because you are going to eat something or the other every day, which may not be very healthy or which may not be very great for your gut. Okay, so I shared about reishi mushrooms, and the interesting part was that the day I shared this video on reishi mushroom, I made a prayer and I said that, some of it has already been consumed. So can you please give me a little bit more fresh reishi mushroom, universe? And next morning itself, in just 24 hours, I found another big chunk of reishi mushroom. As a twin flamer, as a star seed, as a light worker, you should also be aware about narcissism and narcissistic personality disorder, because there are various types of it. So this channel is dedicated for ascension lifestyle, and ascension is a lifestyle that we all should live so that we don't fall down. What happens is that most of the feminists, they do inner work, but after some time they start getting drained because they are not able to keep up to the ascension lifestyle. They're not able to maintain that lifestyle. Today is Janmashtami in India. It is a birthday of Lord Shri Krishna. Lord Shri Krishna was born on this day, and we all Indians celebrate it with a lot of happiness. And why I would be sharing an information video soon about the same subject, about Shri Krishna and Radha's love story, because both of them are also twin flame couples. And as I have been saying again and again, and I will say it, I don't know how many twin flame coaches or advisors would agree or not. That's not my concern. But I follow the Vedas, the Upanishads, and I follow our Sanatan Dharam scriptures from where this twin flame concept has actually come into being, into existence. So, as per that also, gods and goddesses in India, or the Indian subcontinent, we would say, not specifically India, because Indian subcontinent used to be very huge and large at one time, and in fact the whole world was a part of it, of the Sanatan Dharam culture at one time. If you pick up the story of Noah, it is so similar to the story of Manu. Manu had also made an ark, a boat, to save all the sentient beings, during the huge, we call it Pralay, which is called as Armageddon in the Western world. And the same story you read in the Christian scripture of Noah. So it's very interesting how similar stories can be found in Greek mythology as well as Indian subcontinent. So simply for the purpose of authenticity, I would like to stick to the Vedic knowledge and to the knowledge that comes from Upanishads and Puranas, because this type of knowledge is mostly based on energy and symbolism of energy. Many stories and many depictions are told to us so that in our subconscious mind there is a change. The love story of Radha and Krishna is one of those stories where they don't get married, but the whole world prays them together even now. Even all these 1,000 years later, Radha and Krishna in every Hindu temple are placed together. Why aren't they placed with each other's husband and wives? Why? And also because back in those days when they had this love relationship, it was a very pure love. It was not related to body. It was nothing, materialistic. It was completely spiritual love. And because of the type of love they had for each other, they actually got ascended. They got ascended to a higher dimension, to a higher world, where love became so easy. You love a person, okay, I love this person, she loves me, he loves me, and that's it. You don't need any label, you don't need any stamp, you don't need any proof in the three-dimensional reality for it. Other people started giving them the proof of their love, because people who would come to visit their city or even individually visit them, they would see them sitting together, and this would freak many people out, freak them out, like what the hell am I seeing? And because of so many people's similar experiences about them, about the love they have, everyone started accepting their love and everyone started giving validation to their love. Why? Because internally they loved each other so much they didn't even need anything. And also because they were living a curse of separation in that particular life. Most of the times when god and goddesses, they come to planet Earth, they are always living through a curse which they combine with a mission, because they don't want to care about the curses. They go like, all right, I got a curse, I did something and there's a curse and I have to live through it. I will live through it, but I'm not gonna live through it like complaining and cribbing and crying about it. I rather would make the most out of this curse. Let me use this curse in such a way that it actually acts or becomes a boon for me. And not only for me individually, but it ends up helping the whole world, everybody around. So be it Ram and Sita, be it Radha and Krishna, be it Shiva and Shakti, all of these twin flame relationships are in different formats, and there are different types of situations that they go through, but they also go through challenges and they also go through difficulties. Now, about coming back to the blocking situation. The blocking situation should not be seen so it should not be given so much importance, in my opinion, okay? Because sometimes people can literally get fed up of you and block you. And sometimes you can get fed up of them and block them. Sometimes you don't want to see that person and block them because, looking at their WhatsApp picture or looking at their status updates or looking at their, whatever they post online. If you keep looking at it again and again, it sort of annoys you, it irritates you, it reminds you of them. So you don't want to do it. Now, in some cases, and I personally know such people, they are literally absent on social media. They don't do anything on social media. They're not on Facebook, they're not on Instagram. Like in my case also, if my work did not require me to be online, I probably would not have been online. But the type of lifestyle I have and the things I have to share, there is no other way to share with people. And even we learn a lot from social media. So some people, a lot of twin flame couples, I have seen it, I have spoken to them. Like I do readings and they tell me I don't have an Instagram account or I don't have a Skype also. And then I'm like, okay, but for the reading, we need to have a video platform, where we can talk to each other. I can show you what cards you have and this and that. And they go like, oh, okay, let me create one, but I'll create it only for this. Or they tell me that I am on YouTube only for this type of content. Otherwise, I don't watch anything. Some people have even told me that they don't want to watch movies, they don't want to watch films, they don't go out and this and that. So, a lot of twin flamers, star seeds, light workers are like that. They don't like to do what the whole world is doing. So, how do they block each other then? Then also they block each other, right? They may not be putting a display picture on their WhatsApp, or they may not be so active on WhatsApp or Facebook or whatever it is where everyone is communicating. So mentally they block each other. So blocking is not happening only on the phone device. The blocking is happening in their heads as well. That's why sometimes it plays out. This is like the best way to tell a person, don't call me, don't contact me, I don't want to talk to you. They block you. And it gives you a strong message, then please don't message me, don't mail me, don't do anything, right? I don't want to be in touch with you. And this is the reason why we tell the divine feminines that if you have gotten blocked by them and they've specifically told you, don't talk to me, I don't want to talk to you, don't want to get entertained by you, or I don't want to entertain you. We tell them, back off and be in your space, okay? Be in your space. Don't communicate, don't contact, just do your inner work. Try to understand why is this separation happened to you? Where is it coming from? What is the reason behind this separation? Why do you feel so angry? Why are you so hurt? Because all of these feelings are coming from you. They are coming from within you. No matter how much you'd like to blame the outside world for it, and that outside world might include your parents, it might include your upbringing, it might include your boyfriend, it might include your lover, it might include your best friends, your twin flame. And yes, the outside world is full of a lot of pain and bitterness. But the solution is not outside. The solution is definitely inside. So you got to go inside. You got to go within. And when these outwardly problems are thrown at the divine feminine, she's struggling. She's struggling so hard to physically fix it. But does it get physically fixed? No. So all of this happens so that they understand that you can try all of these things for the next 10 years or 15 years. And some of them actually do that, by the way. They are in waiting energies for 15 years, for 20 years, for 10 years. I've been personally told that somebody was in waiting energies for 12 years. And I was shocked. I was like, you were waiting for 12 years? And finally, they are like, I can't wait anymore. So is it divine grace? Is it divine timing? What is it then? It is universe's way of telling you that there's no point being in waiting energies. Just live your life, be in the present moment. Okay? So on this note, I would be closing this channeling session because there's some too much outside noise coming, and just the way I was speaking about the outwardly noises. Now let's go within and take some time to figure this out, whatever I've just said. And I'll see you soon in another one. One love and peace out.